Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday mornings, messages of love from above. I'm excited on what Spirit's bringing through today. And we're moving, I think, into Sagittarius moon energy. So get ready for some fire this weekend. I like it. I like it. And before we get started into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me in doing that, excuse me, I'd love that because the more that we can join together to magnify the love out to the world, the more change that we make in the overall collective love energy. There's so much fear in the world that it draws down the energy of the world into the lower vibration, which there's nothing wrong with that. But we're done with the dark ages, aren't we? We're ready to move into love and light more and more. We've had all that. So we're ready for that. And so, as a collective, the more we work on our own self love and magnifying love out to the world together, the more we kind of counteract and balance, out the energies, the love energies of the world. So, you know, uh, if there's like a million people that are choosing fear energies, it only takes one person putting out unconditional love energy to counteract at least a million, if not more, because it's so powerful in comparison. It doesn't take a whole lot. So that's why, um, you know, uh, the more that we do it and the more we multiply it, it is even more of an impact. So that's why I do that. So I would love for you guys to join me. There's no pressure ever, of course, but I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. We just breathe in that unconditional love into our lungs and our heart, and it overflows as we exhale it out to the world, and it just surrounds the globe in a beautiful, beautiful ball of energy. And whether you're watching this live or even on replay, we can all join together outside of space and time and bring this beautiful, beautiful love energy into the world, touching every heart, sparking it higher and higher and higher in love vibration, bringing in joy and gratitude and laughter, hope into the world. Beautiful, beautiful love, unconditional love. And of course, if you are needing unconditional love in this moment, we don't want to forget about you, for your heart, for your mind, your body, for a loved one, situation, for a relationship, whatever it may be. We send this love to you right now as well. Just allow it to circle you in a giant ball of love energy. Let it seep into your being. Let it do what it wants to do. Or if it's for a loved one, picture them in your mind. We join with you, sending the love to them as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. All the hair is standing up on my arms, so can feel the energy joining together. So thank all of you who did join me in doing that. You can feel it. All right. And then before we get into the readings, I do like to let everyone know that I'm a giveaway. I don't know, crazy Zen. Every Monday, I give away at least one person recorded reading. This next Monday, I'll be giving away a bit more. Every Tuesday, I do put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the next Monday, um, and how you can get into the drawings and any other giveaway news. This Monday, well, here's the video if you're interested in checking it out, because I will be giving away two 30-minute person recorded readings, and then it's the end of the month. So I like to give back to my donors, anyone that gives donations during my lives or in any way during the month. I put everyone into a giant hat, and I pull two winners for two 30-minute person recorded readings for that. And then this month, I'm also, for anyone that has commented on the June monthly readings that I put out for each individual zodiac sign. I also am going to pick two winners of that. So I'll have a total of six winners. Um, I'll be posting the June readings there, and that will be the last month that I'm doing June monthly. I mean, doing monthly readings by zodiac sign, because I'm going to be just focusing my energy on other content, and for the bang for the buck of based on likes and views, I'm like, I feel like those have been really dropping, so I feel like that is done, and we're moving into other there more teaching type of things, which you'll be hearing about soon. So that'll be the last one, but these were also for the summer and winter solstice, so they're good for 2 to 3 months too. But be sure to check that out if you're interested in getting into any of the giveaways. And then each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. This week's was who can use your help and how can you help them? It was a bit of a different twist to it, which I really liked. So um, enjoy that if you wish. And I have a ton of pick a cards on my main page if you're ever wanting even more messages from Spirit. And then this morning, we came out with a new Take 10 with Zen, which is one of the things that I'm focusing on too, um, weekly. And they're a video that's 10 minutes or less that talks about how we can connect to spirit and our higher selves and our true selves, and also I answer questions from my subscribers, so be sure to check that out. The first episode was dimensions, the second was spirit guides, and this one was is love real. And it was interesting. I thought it was going to go a completely different way, but spirit's like, let's go this way, and I'm like, oh, okay, it was great. It was great. It brought me a lot of clarity for my human side too. So I like it. So keep asking those questions. And then here is the playlist here for the June monthly readings that talk all about the solstices. All right. So that are the main things that we wanted to mention there. And let me just get my desktop all cleaned up here, and we will get into, let me move my coffee over here, into the readings. If you are new to my channel, and or to these readings, welcome. First of all, got a wonderful soul family here who is made up of individuals with huge hearts and equal senses of humor to match. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad for that because I love to laugh and I love to love. So it's a perfect combination in my book. Uh, the free readings, how those work is I do go down in order. First come, first serve for the free readings. And all you have to do is put your question in the chat. There's no special list. The chat is the list. And then I just go down there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for guidance or a general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for. So, you can just do that. If anyone makes the donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the free readings and prioritize those. And then I also dive deeper and pull extra cards. And then when I'm done, I go back to the free readings and continue down the list. I'm usually on for a couple hours. So I try to get through as many free readings as I can. So it all depends on how many donations and everything are coming in. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. Also in the pinned comment at the top and the description box of the video, I mentioned my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. And so whichever ones you want to use, you can use those. There's no set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, from day to day, from country to country, from planet to planet. So whatever you feel on your heart that you want to give is the perfect amount. All right. So that's my spiel. And so there you have it. We will get started. I am going to be using the Circle of Life Tarot, and then I might even go over to this Ravenous Dragon Tarot if the Circle Tarot gets tired. All right. So I do have a donation starting off here, a couple of them. Thank you so much, Always Victory, for your regular donations. I greatly appreciate you. And let's take a look here and dive in. And you'd like a higher self oracle. Look at you. You're getting the names all down too. And a tarot. So absolutely. So let's start here with the higher self oracle. All right. Okay, that was a lot of cards here. Let me just there we go. So would it be beneficial for you to hire a shaman? All right. So we'll start off with that one. And then we'll pull some tarot. You got divine timing coming in here, which I know this is one of our favorite things for all of us. It's like, it's blah, 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 blah. This wasn't, if it wasn't against the YouTube guidelines, I'd be cussing right now. I'm just kidding. So, it starts off with a quote from Julia Cameron that says, "Today, I accept divine timing. I allow the pace of the universe to be my own. I allow myself with the tempo of my life precisely as it is unfolding." And then it goes on to say, as spirits, the desire to learn, grow, and create is deep and fueled by a strong yearning to transform and evolve. However, learning and creating take time. The process of learning involves many steps forward, missteps, setbacks, and leaps. We must apply what we've learned so that we can see and experience real growth within our lives. During this process, we must be patient and have compassion for ourselves and forgive ourselves. The process of creating what we desire is the same. We must come up with an idea, devise the steps to work through it, and then act. Similarly, the process requires patience since there will be unforeseen situation and hurdles. Your higher self requests patience as you learn, create, and grow. If you're currently encountering obstacles and hurdles, then your higher self is simply rerouting you to a better direction and pointing you to a more appropriate and abundant destination. Avoid rushing through the process, or you'll likely make unnecessary mistakes and potentially interfere with the universe's plan for you, which could have an adverse effect. I'm not quite sure about that. We'll pull tarot, but trust in the timing that the universe has set out for you. You will reach your desired goal and your destination once all of the necessary pieces fall into place. I kind of feel like with that, because I don't believe in the, that we interfere and we make things worse for ourselves and blah, blah, blah. I feel, there's not that kind of that almost feels like there's a judgment and a pass or fail kind of energy, which I don't believe in. That feels like man, not creator. So besides that, I loved everything else that's said here in the divine timing. Um, I feel that this is more leaning towards that you will have everything you need within you. Just allow timing and allow yourself time to process what you've learned in your growth. And that I feel like spirit is saying you're doing great on your own, like with your own knowledge. Spiritual initiations. Not quite sure um, what definition you have for that, but I, I, I believe that we have a lot of tests, not like in the word like test itself, like a pass or fail test. I feel more it's experimenting in practice and putting things into practice. And it's 11:11 a.m. where I'm at. um, so it's more of like a check-in. It's So it's like it's a if it's a test, if it's like testing, it's like experimenting now in a science lab. It's like, okay, I have a theory and I'm going to test it out. Or okay, I've learned something new now in like in science class, but now I'm going to the lab and I'm going to try it out. That kind of like a testing in a lab, like a lab test of, "All right, let's see what happens with this." That yeah, but not like, "All right, let's see if you're worthy yet or not." Nope, that's, you know, grade and pass and fail and fear and, we're here on an adventure, so it's like, "All right, so I've been practicing my judo, now I want to, jump in and let's see what we've learned and what I haven't." So more of that. Okay, good. I got it. All right. Yeah. So I feel like here you've got the Empress card here, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And so, regarding a shaman to assist you, this is more connecting with yourself and doing your own thing. And the Lover's card can be like special friendships. I don't feel like it's not Hierophant energy, which would be like a spiritual master or spiritual, teacher. This is more. As soon as I saw it, I said, "This is you and your higher self." This relationship with your higher self with these 2 cards coming out together and being major arcana, here. So I like those coming in here. Yeah. What's a reading without a judgment card coming in? But this is your higher self calling you to this higher place here. And I like it. And here we have the Queen of Wands showing you yourself here with you are the one empowered. And, it's so perfect. I mean, all 4 of these cards so far just really are pointing you to your higher self, to be your teacher, to be your shaman, not another human, because the Queen of Wands rules over fire, but all of them are given a second portion of water, which this is spiritual energy. And then they have this great connection. Usually there's like a black cat, which represents, this connection to the upper realms, this spiritual connection. So your ability to connect with the higher, realm. And then you have the world card. Oh my god. So you got 4 out of 5 were major arcana, and then 1 royal. So all of these are powerful, powerful cards, which I feel is a message in itself telling you that you have, the ability yourself. And the world card is victory. It's also ending of old cycles, beginning of new ones. And I like all these animals around here too, that you are surrounded by a host of spiritual beings that you're communicating with, like all the spirit animal energy here. I feel like with the Empress getting out into nature, Mother Nurture, but also connecting to, you know, animal spirit guides might be a fun adventure for you. Because I really like this. I like these feelings of connecting there. But, yeah, what a great reading. I love that because they're saying, you can connect to your, um, spirituality and that you're doing that they're saying, "You don't need anyone else, you're doing fine. Just trust divine timing." Sometimes we're like, "Well, maybe I'm not doing it fast enough. Can I do I need help?" And they're like, "Oh, no, you're right on time. Just, take time to process and absorb what you're learning, and there's no have to get through somewhere." Yeah, clearing your chakras, keeping your energy flowing. um yeah, I mean, I just feel like they are right where you're at. Yeah. And then you get the Queen of Cups too, which is like the high priestess, you connecting um to all of it all. Okay. Wow, that is beautiful. Yeah, what an exciting opportunity. Yeah, pay attention to all the animals you see there for sure. So I like it. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Yeah. So I like it. That's what they have for you. Always victory. Again, thank you so much for your donation and enjoy your walking in the nature preserve. How fun. How freeing. I just feel it already. Just getting out in nature away from everything. Maybe I need to do that too. All right. So, Sukanya Srikumar, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. And they want to know why a lot of negative emotions are stirring up between you and your parents. All right, let's take a look here and see what is going on there. What spirit would like you to know is happening? Yeah, I had a feeling that you're stepping up, you're stepping out. Wow, all these royals too. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So you definitely have a significant change happening right now. And we've entered Cancer season to the Cancer sun sign. So um, that rattles home, that brings forward, and we're going into Venus retrograde. So there's all this changing and reflection of things that are happening to planetary wise. So if you feel like emotions are, yeah, well, yeah, we definitely have that happening for sure. But we've got the Ace of Swords here, which is this, you know, um, connecting to higher truths, which are cutting away your fears of losing conditional love. And there's these changing of mindsets. So you're seeing things differently. And when we start to cut away fears and thoughts, that does bring up the emotions that were at the source of creating them. Because really what happens is we have an emotion when we're younger, like a usually emotionally 7 years and younger. Mentally is between 7 and 14. That's when our brain starts to really our mental side of us starts to form. But we're ultimately feeling beings who think, not thinking beings who feel. So we have a emotion that happens first, and then all these thoughts are created around that emotion. So when we start plucking away and changing these, sometimes it activates the emotion that's going on. So and I feel with all this that you have going on here with the rest of these cards, you're at a really pivotal point in your life where you're, I don't know if you're maybe having your Saturn return, which challenges your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had in growing up, which creates this energy of almost opposition at a subconscious level with those authorities who we felt gave us all these roles of through praise and punishment. But the reason why I say here that you're um like things are boiling up is because you do have the magician coming in here, which is this divine masculine energy of creation, of manifesting, of fire, of putting your magic forward, with you deciding instead of being like like a chalice, like the divine feminine is, a chalice that opens up and allows to receive. It doesn't initiate or manifest, it waits to receive. But the magician, which is right, that would be like the high priestess, but the magician is boom, magic forward. I'm deciding, I'm putting action. And so this is where this fire is coming in here with, two ones, new beginning energy that is happening in your world. And then you've got, let me see if I can put all these up here at once, because you've got three queens out of four coming in here. So divine feminine energy, but there's it's like we're moving beyond. We're moving out into the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, you taking care of yourself. So there's this grounding energy coming in, and then you have the Queen of Wands here, which is the activation of that magician energy. And then the Queen of Cups diving deep into your emotions and subconscious. So this is where all the emotional stuff is coming up, the fire, the force coming in, and then nurturing yourself. So, there is this emotion that's stirring up and there it's subconscious, especially with the queen that's coming in there. The Queen of Cups is leading the rebellion internally of and there's just this energy that's coming up, this opposition. And it's okay. It's okay for you to feel that because we all need to at some point in our life. And I know depending on cultures, United States, we're not taught so much respect for our parents as we used to when we were younger. And I know if you're in India, I've know a lot of people that came to United States to work, and I loved the respect that they had for authority, but also, parental things. So I know there's at a certain point, there is this change that's happening coming in here. And I do want to pull an additional card for you here because I feel like there's a little more. And this is the Psychic Tarot Oracle. And let's see what they have coming in here. Yeah. So this would be the High Priestess card that I was talking about. So there is this intuition, there is this a lot of deep diving, which the Queen of Cups also represents this. Um, she's that energy. I feel like very much that it's here. So all right, so it's hitting it home here. And it says intuition is the language of the soul. And when this card shows up in a reading, it's a clear message that it's time for you to use your intuition. And I feel like that's what you're picking up on so much of this energy. Just give it a chance, and you'll quickly notice how it might be trying to get your attention. With so much information in this world vying for your every thought, it's easy to ignore or fail to acknowledge your insights. Synchronicities and so called coincidences are powerful signs that intuition is knocking on your door. Have you heard a phrase or saying repeated by more than one person today? Do the same numbers keep showing up in your life? Has someone mentioned the name of a specific individual whom you were just thinking of? These are all signals for you to pause, be open, and pay attention. This is a perfect time to seek the answers from within. Turn inward, where you'll find the solutions and valuable insights that are waiting to assist you. When you learn to use and trust your intuition, you'll begin to have a sense of not only the right timing, but you'll also begin to perceive people and situations with a deeper and more discerning eye. That's what I feel is happening here. You'll not only observe beneath and beyond what's actually in front of you, you'll see the real deal. So I that's what I feel with all of that energy is that, you're being sparked in the emotional world because you are one, I feel like you're diving into deep places that you may have not um, been willing to go before because when we have a great respect for our parents, we like our inner child and mental child doesn't know what to do with these feelings of pain and hurt that we had from, yeah, that we've had from uh, the experiences we had with our parents and people in authority when we're younger. But there's a point where it's too much, where it bubbles up and you get to realize it. And you're feeling your lower emotions that are bubbling up, that are demanding attention to be transformed. And then also because your spiritual gifts are expanding, you're picking up your parents' emotions too, which I know isn't fair to the other people who are in a place of uh, transforming their own emotions because you might feel like, why are you feeling that way toward me? You're just picking it up and you don't realize it that you're picking up. They're not saying it with their words, but you're picking up their emotions, which then triggers your own. So I love this growth in your emotional body and it's coming up for you. So when you feel these things, boiling up and stirring up, that's what's happening. It's coming up for you to transform because it's not new emotion that you're feeling, it's old emotion that's rippling forward. It's just showing itself in an emotion in this time. So hopefully that helps. You are very welcome. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And Patty, thank you for your donation. You're up next here. And you want to know, why is your boss acting nice towards you all of a sudden? Whoa. Who knocks some sense into him? Uh, oh, that's funny. Yeah, was it last night that they zeroed in on someone else? Maybe they're picking on someone else now. Let me take a quick sip of my coffee here. All right, so let's take a look at why here. Yeah, we've got the Knight of Wands here, which is movement of energy, which I think, did we get that last night? I'm not sure. Um, Seven of Wands, because here's the fiery energy. And I feel like they sense this strength within you, that you were just had enough of it with the Seven of Wands. And I feel like they could sense that this shield was rising, and they're like, oh, I think I pushed it too far. And so this is the movement of this energy away from you, because they're like, okay, you're a worthy opponent in their mind. Something triggered in the energies where they're just like, oh, okay, um, I'm gonna respect it. They could feel the strength, like moving up within you, where you're like, okay, I'm not gonna take this much longer. And they're like, uh-oh, and another 7 too. So who knocks some sense into them? Well, I feel like here with the 7, this emotional energy, so you got 2, fire energy, and you got 2 water energy. So I feel like it's weird. It's not the normal meaning of these cards, but with a combination of this energy, I feel like you just, because your emotional energy changed, and you got this emotional stability that came in from within, that there was like this emotional energetic pulse that you put out. And that's like what's happening here, is like they feel like this, whoa, there's this powerful energy that boiled up from within you. And you're like, you're not laying down and taking this anymore. I feel like they might have seen you this way before, but then now they see you as this warrior princess here that's coming in. So so I like this here. So I definitely like that. And then, is it gonna last? I like this here. Um, because here's the 10 of wands. It's the ending of the burden and the beginning, and all this fire energy. Again, I feel like there's this stay powerful, stay in your power here. And I just feel like there's like this, not that it's a defensive wall, but it just feels like this powerful wall of energy around you. And so I feel like keep that, just keep the confidence, keep the energy, because it it's funny. Your guides are funny. They're go, it's like a dog. Dogs can sense your fear, and they can also sense your confidence. And when they sense fear, then it puts them into fear and they attack. But when they sense the confidence, then they respect it. Um, so I feel like that's what they're saying. It will last as long as you're this confident energy that you have going on last year too. Yeah, and you got the 10 of Cups, which is a very much again another powerful card of this overflowingness, of this feeling full and overflowing in your emotional body, which emotions coming in again. But also here's the Queen of Wands, which is someone standing in their power. So yeah, now you're no rough. So I like it for you, Patty. So, good stuff, good stuff. I'm glad because I felt like something was changed last night in regards to them, and it feels like it did change overnight. You're like, "What happened?" Well, they did. It's you, it's your energy, though. So, and I don't feel like they're acting that way towards others. I feel like they've moved on from you to someone else. Now we've got more reasons why that they have moved on because it's what they're sensing within you. I ain't gonna take this anymore. Whoa, okay, you know. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you, Patty. Thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that, and many blessings to you. All right. So that is it for the donation so far. So thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It's something free that you can do, and it helps spread the Zen love. So thank you so much for doing that. Those of you that have already done that, because you're part of the love tsunami. So I greatly appreciate you. All right. So, well, the first free reading is Dijona Sturgis. Hey, Dijona. Again, thank you, Dijona, for today's question of Is Love Real? That came out on the new Take 10 with Sen. So I appreciate that. All right. Look at you. And you here with your two of wands stepping into your power and your energy. You know, there is this wonderful recognition and additional kind of focus on how you have transformed your energy. You know, every moment is an energetic choice of what we're expanding, what we're co-creating in our life, because we have this amazing energy that's on 24/7. Whatever we're focused on is what's growing and expanding. Like we have a giant fire hose attached to our head, and whatever we're looking at is going and expanding. And so when we're focusing on what, and the recognition is you've been purposely focusing in on your what you're grateful for, what you do want in your life, and I feel like you're starting to see the change and that more things to be grateful for coming in. And we're all human, so we will also look over here and go, what's going on with these things I fear are leaving my life or coming in, or what are in my life, or what I feel are missing. And then we realize, oh, but it's growing. Let me look back over here. This starts to shrink and this starts to grow. But when we look over here, it's like, uh-oh. And it's like, oh, okay. And it's like, uh-oh. And we go back and forth because this is what we're taught. You know, our habit is focusing on our fears, what we fear will leave or come into our lives. It's what we're taught. But we can change our habit. And when I talk about it, which if I've talked about it before, apologies. Spirit's like, "Bleh, here it comes. You know, what helped me, they're reminding me is when I wanted to change, whenever I want to change a habit, I use my cell phone because it's always with us, it's always around us, right? We carry it like it's a part of us these days. And if we put a vibrating silent alarm on it for every waking hour or half hour, however fast, I know that's not good English, but the fastest way that you want to transform is how often you have these reminders to pull you back to change your habit, because repetition is how we learned it. Repetition is how we change it too. So I like it for you. And that is what is coming in. So they're just giving you validation for all the work you put into it. And that we can still, there's always opportunity, because how many years were we taught to focus over there? It doesn't happen overnight normally, right? Unless there's a miracle, but that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Dijona. All right. All right, Patty, I'm so glad that helped. All right, Dollface Diva, you are up next. So a general for July. Let's take a look here. All right. So you do have the Empress coming in here. So new harvest, new birth, new creativity. I really like that. There's this freedom that comes in with this card here, because the Empress, is not limited by all the rules of society and of organized spirituality and religion. She runs free. In fact, in these cards, I had to add these to make them acceptable for YouTube. She's generally running free, completely free, without clothes through the forest of with this beautiful, beautiful freedom. And there's this is time of getting out in nature, mother nurture, reflecting on yourself, seeing who you are, seeing who you truly are and having these rebirths. So July feels very abundant, feels very freeing, feels very unlimited by all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos of the outside world. So I'm liking that for you, Dollface Steve. It just feels a month of freedom in beautiful ways and creativity in expressing it. So that is what's coming in for you. So many blessings for you. And double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next. So what is new that's coming in your direction here? All right. Nope, none of those. All right. Oh, okay. We are actually going to switch up here to the Ravenous Dracon Tarot, spelled Drakon, and Ravenous Ravynes. So if you're interested in them, you know how they are spelled there. Wow. So you got the King of Wands coming in here, and the King of Wands, beautiful, beautiful, powerful energy because Wands is your drive and your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. It's a time to take risks. It's a time to step forward. You can endure the fire. You know, the dragon is a fire breather. It's able to create. It's able to do that. So it doesn't get burned by fire. Usually, the King of Wands, all of them have like a salamander that protects them from risk. And I feel like the energy that's coming in here right now for you is that you are protected from risk. You're protected from harm, and it's okay to step forward. It's okay to take some risks and make some changes in your life. It's entrepreneur energy too. It's that kind where it's a king, someone who takes charge, who's not only in charge over their life, but their energy and what they're doing with it, where it's going, how it's expanding. And they have that Ace of Wands that the king rules with over the fire and the energy, which means they're very aware that wherever they focus that wand is what grows and expand. Kind of way we were just talking about a couple of readings ago here about we focus our energy on gratitude, unconditional love and joy and happiness and all this higher vibrational energy. It grows and expands that and brings in more things to be grateful for versus when we're focusing in on, of course, our fears of what we fear will come into our life or leave our life, or what we feel is missing, or what we hate in our life. Our energy, when we're focusing on it, we're telling the universe, I really enjoy these things. Can I have more of that? And it's like, oh, okay, wait, wait, wait. That's not what I want. Right. So I really like it. It's one of the examples that the spirit gave me was like there's a little kid that walks into a bakery and they're pointing through the glass case at a donut, and they're like, "Okay," and so the baker loads up a dozen of them to give them to him, and he's like, "Well, I hate these donuts." And the baker's like, "Well, why were you pointing at it? That's what you do. You point out what you love, and I give you a dozen of those." So we stop pointing out what we don't want, and we begin pointing out what we do want, and we get dozens and dozens of those donuts instead. So I like that for you, double, triple, quadruple X. So that's what they have for you now. So many blessings to you. All right. So Rishi Lahori, hello, hello. And you want to know what is coming up for you here, or what spirit wants to communicate with you. I get you. So let's take a look here. And you got the Five of Pentacles. So I like this coming in here for you because the Five of Pentacles is a beautiful transformative energy that comes in with the card. Because, of course, Pentacles is about our abundance in the outside world, but it starts off usually there's like they're in front. It's like people walking through, and this is the stained glass window with the church, and what it represents is um, the beginning feelings of feeling abandoned, feeling lack, being left out in the cold, being left behind. and these energies come in, and the transformation happens because we're taught, well, like when we're younger, right, that, oh, it's the outside world that brings me my sustenance in each moment. And when we believe that, we have every right, because we're smart, that when I believe that, I should be scared, because when a human goes into fight or flight mode, they will rip the carpet right out from underneath you in that self survival mode. When they're in fear, all that, they pull everything back to themselves and mine, mine, mine. And no, no, you can't have any. I need all this for me. Um, and we're like, oh, that's where we get the abandonment mentality and the left and the cold left behind and lack, because a human or humans in our lives have created those experiences when they went into fear by leaving us feeling like, uh-oh, it's like well, they're showing me, if you've ever played musical chairs where they you start off with the same amount of chairs as everyone, but then a chair gets removed and eventually someone's left without somewhere to sit, and there's this abandoned feeling, right? It's like, well, where am I gonna sit? Sorry, you're out. And that feeling of, ugh, that we're taught. But what's great with the transformation, I know we don't leave the story there, and the end, so enjoy. It's like, no. The transformation happens when we realize it's not the humans that bring us what we need in each moment. Sometimes they're the shipping company that brings and delivers it to us, but it's the creator, it's spirit. They're the ones that bring us what we need in each moment, and they always have. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now. So we always have what we need in each moment, maybe not what we think we want in each moment, but always what we need. And they always give us more than what we only need, bread and water. No, they give us more in our life. Just our There's so much that's lacking in the human world that we feel is so empty, but we eventually turn inward and upward and start building this trusting relationship with creator, with spirit, that I can trust you. You have unconditional love and eternal love for me, which never ends, nothing I can do to lose it. So I can trust that you're going to bring me what I need in the outside world. We move into the Six of Pentacles next, which we probably talked about that already, where we look at the out of balance giving and receiving that we learned from those humans. And that's bubbling below the surface that we also bring forward. But that's a next step. But this one is what they're wanting to know about right now, that you can develop this trusting relationship, and that spirit doesn't need humans to bring it to you. They can bring you a lot of stuff without them, but they like bringing things through the outside world too. It's like when we order something from Amazon, it can come through, like, in the United States, through the US Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, DHL, or Amazon delivers it themselves. There's, like, all these different ways it can come to us, and that's, you know, we realize, "Oh, you're delivering it, but you're not the source that's bringing it to me." So that's what they have for you right now, Rishi. So many blessings to you. I like it, I like it, I like it. You're welcome, double, triple, quadruple X, and many blessings. So, Anjali, you are up next. So, general reading for July. So, let's take a look here. Wow, you got the Wheel of Fortune. And this is a great card because this is about, it's usually the card number 10, which is endings and new beginnings. Things, the wheel of fates are turning, but the wheel of the tune, see, it's the tune of for you, right? It's the for tune, that even your human feels this, because everything that happens in our life is truly for us. Just sometimes our human side is like, I'm not really buying into that completely 100%. Because how is that for me? It gets all sassy. Um, and it's like, okay, um, When the Wheel of Fortune shows up, though, it's showing that even our human side is going, "This was for me." So you have some great things, some transformation, some changes that are happening in the month of July where your human side is like, "Woohoo!" and excited. So I like that. So some good things are a coming for you. So many blessings to you, Anjali. That's what they have for you right now. And up next, we've got Bright Girl. Welcome, welcome. And let's see here. Any blessings coming to you the rest of the year? Let's see what Spirit has here for you. So you do have the Six of Pentacles. This would tell me, yes, you absolutely do, because the Six of Pentacles is usually, shows someone that has a lot of abundance for themselves, so much that they have an abundance to give to others as well. So you definitely have these coming your way. The Six of Pentacles is something that I was just kind of mentioning a couple um, readings ago. And Rishi, if you're still here, we'll talk about this because here's the Six of Pentacles coming up. And the Six of Pentacles, in addition to this abundance of giving and receiving, comes to this awareness. It's kind of an overgiver awareness or a codependency awareness where we are in our conscious mind, we are like, I really want to know, I want to receive and I want love and I want abundance and money and promotions and I want to receive. I'm giving so much. I do want to receive, but for some reason it feels like force fields are up, pushing things away, right? And we don't realize what's going on because we want it consciously, but there's these barriers it feels like that are keeping things away. Well, that's because that's subconscious world, which 90% of our world is 90% unconscious, subconscious. We're only like 10% conscious. Um, and so there's all these things that are running below the surface that are impacting us in the conscious world. And if we leave them in the subconscious, we're running on autopilot and the world is just unfolding. We're like, okay, well, what do we do about that? Right. Thankfully, we can do something about it because we can bring this out of balance, giving and receiving, that we learned earlier in our life. Usually it's our emotional body, 7 years old and younger, where we felt we had to overgive to someone or someone's in our life. And we would get very little back. We talk about this out of balance giving and receiving, where I have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. And we're children, we're like, well, that seems fair, I guess. I got one coin. So it seeps down into our subconscious. And that's the out of balance giving and receiving that's going on. And our little inner child is in there hatch marking how many love coins we're giving out to the world. And once we reach 1,000, ding, 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 those force fields drop and it allows a temporary flood in of something, but it resets back to zero. So, whoosh, and then here we go, races it off the board and starts back at one again. That's why we'll have intermittent, you know, abundance that comes in, but then it knocks it away or it stops. It's like, wow, it's beginning to rain. And then, oh, it stopped raining. What happened? And that's what happens. So when we bring that, um, out of balance, giving and receiving into our conscious mind, thinking about who was it? Who was it? And then as soon as we realize, oh, wow. And then usually parents are primary suspects because they, haven't been taught a whole lot. They're just regurgitating what happened to them and what they experienced. And usually at the point that we're having children, we haven't done a whole lot of inner work at all. That's why grandparents and grandchildren usually get along really well because they realize how they treated their children and they try to treat the grandchildren differently. But the parents have already passed on that out of balanceness, right? Because they're the ones that are so important to us. They're around us all the time. And so when we look at whoever it is, it can be grandparents, it can be parents, it can be coaches, teachers, but you'll know who it is when you're like consciously, who is it that um I had to overgive to and I got squat from, and but when we realize that and we part of it is releasing those individuals from our wrath, from our judgment. The ugly F word, forgiveness. I know. No, but I like forgiveness because it's choosing to release the person. Not that what happened, we will always remember that, but we're releasing the person from our wrath and our punishment. We're choosing to no longer be a vessel of pain because of someone else's words and actions. We're pouring the pain out so that we can receive, but we can also receive love. We become vessels of love instead of carrying around something full of pain where nothing can get in, right? So we forgive, we release. It allows us to go in there to that edit button and change it from 1,000 to one. Get rid of a 0 to 100 to 1 to 10 to 1 to 1 to 1. Click the little save button, and then that seeps down into our subconscious, and it allows us to release these, the need to hatch mark and keep track because it's equal 1 to 1. The force fields fall down, you start getting this abundance, you start having things come in. So, bright girl, I feel like that's an important piece of the blessings coming in because when we realize that, it just allows the floodgates to open, allow more blessings to come in. So, I really like that for you. And they went deep for that. I feel like it was more than just for you and me and Rishi. It was for you too. So many, many blessings to you. All right. All right, Maria. Thank you so much, Maria. It actually just came through. So PayPal is on the ball. I like it. And I don't think a question came through on there though. So if you want to, unless you asked your question further up, I'll check there. So if you did, I will find it. If not, pop it down below and we will um, look at your question there. All right. I don't see it. So for the sake of time, I'm going to go into Links Lee's free reading and then I'll keep checking. And as soon as I see your question, we will prioritize that. All right. Links Lee, you want to know who is coming towards you in your love life? Well, some fool's leaping in. No, I'm just kidding. I like this though, because the fool card here is this new journey, this new adventure, um, energy that's coming in. Someone who is really released from a lot of expectations, this movement forward. Someone who has really left old cycles behind, entering a new time in their life here, and I love it because it is it's the 0 card, it's the first card in the major arcana, which is this new beginning, this new freedom that's coming in here. And I really, really like that, and I think let me just double check here, I thought it was Aquarian or, I think it's ruled by, Uranus. Let me just take a look here. I might be thinking of a different one. No, I am right. Woohoo! Wow, my memory's working, or spirit probably. But it's ruled by Uranus, which is Aquarian energy, which is also air energy. So when you're looking about who's coming towards you, can be an air sign. Very highly likely it could be an Aquarius because they are ruled by Uranus. But it also can be, a Gemini or a Libra. But I like that. So it is someone that is free. It's just the old ways are no longer working. They're ready, to let the old ways of thinking and going and ready for new ways. So I like that. There's this freedom. It's going to be, they're going to be quirky. I'm an Aquarius. So they're going to be quirky. They're going to have their own ways of looking at things. They love surprising people by acting totally the opposite of what you expect. But it's great. It's definitely a journey. You just have to ask them for some of the emotion that they keep inside those jars, because even though they're water bearers, they're air signs, so they're in their head a lot. But they have the ability to pour out the emotions when you ask for it. So that's what's coming in there for you. Um, Linksley, so many blessings to you. And Sherry, you will be the next free reading coming up. All right. But I'm going to jump down. And Maria, thank you so much for your donation. And you'd like to know about Roberto and your love connection today. All right. Let's take a look here and see what is going on. I like that. A checkup. What's the energy? What's the forecast? What's the love forecast for today? Let's take a look here and see where they're at here. Because, of course, that can vary from day to day, depending on what's going on in someone's life, right? So let's take a look here. All right. So let's see what we got going on. So your first card here. Yeah. So we got the 8 of swords. So there is this movement of, 8 is a great number because it is, like flow. There's mental flow that's going on. The 8 of swords is about becoming aware of what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are blinding us, binding us, and making us feel trapped. And we're realizing of those things and releasing those things. So the 8 of swords is like being able to realize and walk away from thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve us. So, I like that here. And then we got the high priestess card coming in here, which is, about stepping back, connecting to the higher realms, going behind the veil, diving deep. So it makes sense with these two cards coming out, because this was like the pathway to this. It was like this way, which was telling me that, this thinking and this removal of these thoughts and beliefs is because of this high priestess energy. So diving deep and having this transformation. So again, if you it's like an invitation to both of you to step into your high priestess temple and release these things, right? That's what's going on with them. I think we've gotten that pretty much down over the last couple days, right? We're like, yeah, that's them, but also you, right? And you're able to do that, and you have been doing that. So they're saying this is going well. Well, I like these. Let's see what this is here. Okay. So we do have here the Sun card, which is this victory, also diving deep into the subconscious. But victory, and the Six of Wands is a victory card. So you got two victory cards: brightness, balanced energy, balanced attraction. So very, very, beautiful energy coming in. Leo energy, looking at it with more from a childlike perspective of freedom, like a kid in a candy store, or, a kid that's going into a toy store that's just life feels full, life feels whole, and that there's all these opportunities for things there. So I like those, that energy coming in. And I am going to pull a clarifier here because you got the Tower card too, which does have an underlying energy of, that, they've got this, type of energy of whatever unfolds in our life does unfold for us. And, there's this wonderful, trusting that if someone is removed from our life, or something is removed from our life, it is removed for us, and that it allows space for something to come in. It also clears our pathway so we can move forward and we can go directions as well. So I like that, because it's not like a prediction. I feel like this one is one of the fears of what if somebody leaves me? What if someone isn't in my life who I want to be in my life? And I like this energy because it shows us the chains that we have, and it allows us to be, to trust that everything does unfold for us and it's not, an out of control drama train and we're about to leap off the tracks and it explode. Yeah, and here's the clarifier. The Knight of Cups, movement of emotion. So, the combination of this is so we can change our emotional energy from fearing this to enjoying the moment. So, I really like that coming in there. So, that is what they have there for you. So, I like it. I feel like there's, movement and it's kind of reinforcement of some of the stuff that we've had before. So I like it though. And it's good energy. I like the daily forecast update, right? Because energy does change moment to moment, day to day. And it's good reminders for us that our energy is what influences so much of our co-creative, life that's coming through. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. All right. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. I think PayPal is working, so it should be coming through any second now. All right. And then, so thank you for your donation, Maria. Greatly appreciate that. And thank you, Sukanya. um, I didn't see any of those. Well, the sun card is joy and celebration, and the Six of Wands was equal passion, going back and forth. Love, I don't feel is there, but remember they're in open heart surgery, right? So the feelings are anesthesia. And I don't feel like it's like their heart surgery is not like a regular heart surgery where they're only in for a few out like 6, 8, 12, whatever hours. I feel like it's going to be a little bit with that. So that is what's coming in. So many blessings to you. And thank you so much, Sukanya, for your additional donation. And so, what was the name of Paul appearing everywhere? All right, let's take a look here. Why is Paul? The name Paul, Paul, Paul. All right. Well, okay. Wow, you got four major arcana. So we have the Lover's card, which is not always necessarily romantic, but it's like in important relationships or friendships. So, Paul, it's either someone that you've had a relationship with or a friendship with. It's an important individual that was in your life or will be coming into your life. But you have the World card, which is leaving behind old cycles and heading off into a new world, free of a lot of expectations and thoughts and beliefs. So you do have this letting go of this. It's like whatever was in the past, if there was Pauls of the past, it's about letting that go and moving forward. And if it's not, which I feel like it is, because we've got the Hermit card and the Wheel of Fortune coming in here too, which the Hermit card is about, this time of aloneness where we are, there, and it's allowing the spirit world to guide us into our pathway and to have us, draw us in a direction that is more in alignment with our higher selves. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is, whoops, the 10 card, which comes right after. It's 9 and 10 that come in here. And the Wheel of Fortune does tell you an ending, 10 endings and new beginnings, but it's where your higher self even feels the tune of for you, like we talk about for tune. And where even your human feels whatever's unfolding is for your highest experience. So I like this coming in here because it just feels like whatever the friendship was or whatever it might have been before, there is this movement into this new direction with possibly, if I feel like you knew someone named Paul, but I feel like you're going to be meeting someone new named Paul too, because they were like, it's important to let go of the old Paul, to transform and move into this new direction and have this stuff that, comes in there. So, I like it. I like it here. So, hopefully that resonates for you there, Sukanya. But I feel like that's the energy that comes in here, is that it's someone from the past. And if you didn't know a Paul in this lifetime, it could be, um, someone named Paul from a past lifetime. But I feel like I just feel like it's someone in this lifetime. But hopefully that makes sense and resonates for you. So, that's what they have. And again, thank you so much for your donation and many blessings to you. All right. And thank you so much. Love 1234. I did get your donation coming through. Boom, boom, boom. So, wow, what's happening? I'm just going to take a quick sip here. I don't know if you noticed. It got dark here suddenly, and ooh, big raindrops and thunder. Here comes a nice little afternoon thunderstorm here in Colorado Springs. So I am doing well. I hope you are doing well. And hopefully it won't hit against my window too much. You can hear it a little bit. All right. So thank you for your donation. Let's take a look and see what's going on. All right. Boom. Look at that. Glad everything worked out there. So that's for number one. Okay. Number two. And number three. All right. All right. Ching, boom, boom. All right. So we've got two nines here, the nine of pentacles, and the nine of wands. So this movement of energy, moving past some blocks. Um, Nines is the type of energy of, independence, being independent, financially and worthy, wise, and worth. Nine of wands normally is like a barrier that's been there before. um, so I feel like this energy felt like you, about you being off by yourself with the nines, because that's the hermit's journey number. And then it feels like there's this barrier though. Like I feel like your BFF, that they're gonna have this feeling of external security, but I feel like there's a block for them, moving into that position. I just feel like something's blocking them, like a spouse. I don't know. There's someone blocking them from them going into the position, but um, I almost feel like, I don't know, maybe the position's being eliminated. Like they're going to pay them to do the work, but not give them the position. I'd feel like there was the transformation that's going on with this business. I feel like they're eliminating positions, and I feel like that's what's I just feel that energy there. Or maybe in September with the number nines, which is not yours. And then your number two, of course, any medical questions, I just have to say, I'm not, of course, a professional medical doctor by no means. So we always have to encourage everyone to consult professionals, which obviously it seems that you have. Um, and uh, oh, and tarot is designed for entertainment purposes, and everyone always makes their own decisions. Blah blah blah. So that's the disclaimer that we have to say there. And so after that, we've got the Ten of Cups. Emotional overflowing, beautiful, beautiful. Page of Wands, movement of energy, movement, and fire movement forward. So I feel like this is definitely this feeling of overjoy and definitely movement in that. Maybe not 100%, but definitely beginning to, and enough progress where you feel woohoo, excited and happy about it. So I like it. I like that for you. And then you got 5 cards for blessings. So the good things coming your way. I like it. Ooh, you got the moon card. So I feel like that's an important, the moon phases are important for you coming forward here. Like the full moon, especially that is coming up on Monday, I believe, which is Capricorn energy, I believe. Is it Capricorn? I don't want to lie to you. Sometimes I just am forced to I know I never lie. Yes, it's Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn on Monday, July 3rd. Okay. Um, which has to do with work. Um, yeah, I don't lie because you always have to remember your lies, you know? It's like, I rather just be honest and then less energy having to remember it, right? So I like this for you. Definitely a blessing with Capricorn. Capricorn being 10th house of work. So I feel like you're going to get some good information, good news around Monday. I know it's like the July 3rd, but the day before a holiday. But I feel like around this full moon, you will get important information coming in. Yeah, you got the Empress. So another major arcana, which is, new birth, new harvest, new birth, ooh, boo, 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 and, sensuality, mother nature, mother nurture, creativity. So, definitely there's this abundance that comes for you here, which is free of a lot of restrictions and, the Empress, she is before the Emperor and the Hierophant, which is a lot of uh, restrictions and rules and blah blah blah. She runs free, ruled only by nature, and I like this. That's wonderful energies coming in, and you have wonderful cards here. Page of Pentacles, new money and opportunities that are coming your way and unfolding in your outside world. So you definitely knew that was coming. You have the Ace of Cups, which is this higher love coming in here. This is you connecting higher to your self-love is increasing. It is moving into a place of where you feel you're filling up and overflowing out. So in addition to your outside world and a lot of things happening, this is your inner spirit world, your inner connection, and this is moving up and up and up and up. Um, which, yes, you do have love also increasing with the 2 of Cups, because when your self-love moves up, so does your ability to give and receive love in the outside world too. So, I really like that. And this significant friendships and relationships coming into. So, wonderful, wonderful energies. I mean, boom, 5 amazing, blessings coming your way. Can you just stop? Can you stop having a life so blessed? I mean, come on. No, I know it's well deserved. You're like, I have been through Pupukaka Valley enough times where I get, it's like when you have, I don't know what they're saying, pizza. Well, because we ordered pizza last night, but pizza points. It's like after you do have enough, you have free things coming your way, right? So I love it. No, just joking. Yeah, I still have some left over. I'm excited. That's what I'm gonna have for lunch after I'm done here this afternoon. All right, so cheers, pizza slice cheers. All right. So that's what they have for you. And again, thank you so much for your donations. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Blessings galore. All right. So we'll return back to the top and continue with the free readings here. So, Cherry. So, are your coins balanced now for manifestation? Let's take a look here. We got some excuse me, uh, peace of mind, with the 4 of swords. So, I feel like there, expectations are being let go and you're really resting here. Your mind is resting. Your mind is, letting go of some fears and letting go of those things. 4 is a number of balance. It's mental balance here, which I like. So I feel like they're saying there is things that are, um, balancing out. I wouldn't say it's at 100% yet. That's coming in there. That's what we have there. Let me just double check here. Just want to say. Okay. Just wanna make sure we're under any kind of, weird weather thingy. It just popped up on my phone, so it's nothing of concern. Just in case I need to drop and roll. Alright. So, Cherry, that's what's coming in. I feel like there's things are balancing out, there. So there might just be some more mental things that are, uh, you know, happening. Because you're letting fears and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets go, which is where with you connecting to the higher truths is what is, allowing things to drop. So I just feel the energy of balancing. Yes, it's balancing. Um, you know, do we ever 100%? Maybe and like I say, if we ever are like, "Well, I'm all done with my inner work," well, welcome, a lightened master, who has what do they call him? Ascended master. Well, welcome, ascended master. Tell us all the truths, right? It's like, "Oh, okay, well, maybe I have some more that I could work on, that I could." It's like, do we ever have it 100% where it's balanced, where there's nothing on the scale here, and we're like this? Meh, it can always probably be moving more where the manifestation comes in more and more because we've had a lifetime of beliefs, um, and not that we have to take the exact amount of time to let go of things. It's like I'm 25 years old. I need 25 years to release everything. No, because there's groupings of thoughts that are related to an emotion, where when an emotion is transformed, it releases a lot of thoughts all at the same time. So it's not as difficult. It's like if you have ever had to pack a moving truck. It takes, like, 3 hours to pack it and an hour to unpack it because, you're trying to fit everything in, but when you're taking stuff out, things can just it moves very much more fast, if that makes sense. Alright, but that's what's coming in, Cheery, so, I feel like there's definitely progress, just keep enjoying the journey. Alright, Goldie, so who is manifesting you? Let's see who is here. Well, we got the 10 of swords. So this is a message from your spirit guides. The 10 of swords is, swords, of course, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. And the 10 of swords is being exhausted of trying to live up to a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And so this is a message from your spirit guides to go, what are you manifesting by your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets? And are the 10 of swords is great because usually it's someone laying face down with a bunch of swords stuck in their back, which represents, exhaustion. I'm just sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else's expectations. And there's these cutting away of those things. It's like boom, 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 boom. Let's just get rid of those things. So, I like this because they're talking about this is something that you can be doing to help with your manifestation, with what you're bringing in. Because when we are focusing on our fears, we're expanding and growing those. What am I missing in my life? What do I fear will leave my life? Or what do I hate that's in my life? When we're focusing our energy on those things, they grow and they expand. But when we start focusing our energy differently, focusing on higher truths, rooted in unconditional love, it allows us to cut away these small t truths where they don't keep distracting us. We transform them. There's less pulling us in that direction. So I feel like that's what's coming in for you right now, Goldie. So many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list. Love of life, 555. Hello, hello. All right. So you want to know if Pisces is planning anything for you or thinking about you. Let's take a look here. Well, we got the King of Swords, which swords are thinking, a lot of thinking, because not only do they roll over the mind, all the kings are given a second portion of air. So a lot of thinking. So I feel like there's a lot of thinking about you and planning that's involved here. In fact, they might be overthinking things, planning, you know, like having so much on their mind that they're having trouble making a decision. It's like almost like too many things that they're wanting to do, and they just can't figure out which one that they want to do. So I do feel like there is this, like I said, a lot of just overwhelming amount of ideas that are coming in. And I feel like they will. I feel like their Pisces energy will kick in and they'll be like, all right, enough of this thinking. I'm going to go off on my emotions. But they're trying to plan, but they're trying to plan with their head, which for Pisces, I have like a ton of Pisces in my chart. Even though I'm Aquarius air sign, I have a ton of water. And I know when I can get caught up in my head. And when I get caught up in my head, I close my eyes and open my heart. And then I know what I need to do. My intuition, my gut kick in. And I feel like theirs will, but I feel like right now they're spinning in their head. So that's what they have for you right now. Love of life. So many blessings for you. All right. All right. And hey, Navjot Sharma. For the free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. So I do see your question and I should be able to get down to that because I'm going to be on for about another half hour or so. So depending on how many donations I get, I should get down to your question. If not any donations, I do prioritize those and make them, you know, next in line. So if you want that sooner, you can do that as well. All right. So Kritika Malhotra, you are the next rereading. And what is coming in love for you? Like, when will you meet someone new? Okay, let's take a look here. Well, you have the world card here, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new, leaving old things behind, moving. It's the last card in the major arcana, and it's like it's a victory card. The world is changing, unfolding here, heading off in this direction here. And like when you will meet someone new is when you do leave behind the old ways of looking at love and move into this Fool's Journey, which this is the last card in the major arcana. The first one's the Fool card, which is this journey like a child, free of all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And there's like this forward movement, like this boom, boom, boom that comes, into your life, but it's not a faded exact time. The more you release the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos, the faster it comes. Because that's what spirit is wanting for you. It's like when we've done what we've always did, we get what we always got. And then like you're done with the lower vibrational pursuits of relationships, right? You're just like, ugh, yeah. Um, so things are slowing down and it's allowing you to cut away, and it's like a hot air balloon with sandbags, and you're cutting away these sandbags to raise your love vibration so you then things will speed up, and then something more in alignment with your higher heart, with what you're really wanting and deserve comes in, rather than the lower vibrational fear-based, relationships of, I just know I'm gonna bring someone into my life that's unfaithful. Lo and behold, I brought people into my life that were unfaithful because that's what my fear was. I was inviting it. That was the invitation I was sending out. And so I feel like this is what their message is for here, for you, so you can continue to cut away these beliefs and thoughts that are rooted in fear of losing conditional love, fears of failure, fears of rejection. And you're releasing these mindsets and emotions that no longer serve, so that you can raise your self-love and your love vibration. So I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Butterfly, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Lisa Sarkar. Appreciate that. And I want to know, how does the Virgo moon think about you currently? All right, let's take a look here. See what they are thinking of you. The Virgo moon. Whoa. All right. Okay, these are your cards. So let's see what's going on here. Good. Three sets of two cards. Okay. All right. Very interesting. They've got, it feels like they're kind of, with the High Priestess card, they kind of feel distant a little bit. Like they're back in their High Priestess temple trying to find out what they want in their life. The Eight of Wands is a lot of passion, a lot of energy flowing through their life. I almost feel like they are just getting inundated. It's almost like this crow feels like they're getting attacked by all this energy that they felt like, and this is not like you, like you're like one of the ones, but I feel like there's so much stuff in their life coming their way that they've have taken this step back, have taken this, back to this place here. So I see what's happened in their life. It's like they're just like, they've taken cover. It's like it's hailing outside, and not that I'm inviting hail here, but it's like it's hailing and people are like they're taking cover. And so that's the kind of energy that I have here. We've got, first of all, we have the Ace of Pentacles here with the Three of Cups. Ace of Pentacles feels like there's these opportunities in the outside world. This feels like a kind of like there's a third person involved here, where there's like two individuals, like that's them, and there's two individuals here. And the reason I say that too is because we've got the Two of Pentacles, which is the choice in the outside world, and the Three of Wands. So you've got a couple threes here where they're looking at what direction they want to take, what they want to do in their life, where they want to head. And they got all these choices that are involved here. And I just feel like they're just in all these different directions. I feel that, the Three of Cups is joy, celebration, um, community. And this is why I feel like they've just got so much happening, so much drawing them in different directions. And that Three of Cups doesn't necessarily need to mean romantic. I just feel like there's individuals, like they're being drawn in so many different directions. It's just like, and they haven't made any choices. And that's why they're back in their High Priestess temple, trying to decide what about all this stuff. It's like, you know, it went from feeling like their life is all this, that they need to make a decision, because they can't have themselves stretched in all these directions like they have here. So I feel like, there is emotion for you, there is attraction for you, but I feel like you're one of so many things happen in their life. And I don't feel, even though they're, Virgo are earth energy and they normally can ground themselves pretty well, I feel like they're just overwhelmed right now, and they're not making, I was headed toward saying that they're not making good choices, but they were like, no, they just like they're not making choices. They took out the good. They're just not making choices, period. And um so I just feel like that's what's kind of this energy that's coming in, Lisa, if that makes sense. It just feels very weird. But I feel like I want to pull an absolute affirmations card here for you. Yeah. You're like, what is going on with these people? I don't know. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, here's your affirmation card. My personal growth is unlimited. So you get to grow through all of this. I'll read this too once I show it to you here. Oop, there it goes. And it says, harness your power to develop your strengths. There is no limit to your personal improvement. Take time to understand any areas in your life that require further growth. There's nothing standing in between turning your good into great. And I just removed the good from their choices. So it's like you get to move your choices from good to great. I love it. Oh, very good. I'm glad that that resonated. All right. And that's what they have for you, Lisa. So many blessings to you. Appreciate your donation. All right. All right. Butterfly A, you are up next for the next free reading. And does spirit still see pregnancy for you? Let's take a look here. Of course, like I said, any medical things, I just have to say that I'm not a medical professional. Everyone should always pursue medical professionals or legal, whatever, professional, licensed professionals uh, in your life. Tarot is designed for entertainment purposes, and everyone ultimately makes their own decisions. Well, we've got the star card here. So this is dreams come true, wishes come true, wishing upon a star. So this would be a yes for me here. If this is a dream of yours to come true, then this definitely is that. The Ace of Cups pouring out is the chalice pouring out here. It's Aquarian energy, which is sudden, surprising, Uranus energy, which is also doing things differently, um, doing uncommon things, but definitely surprise. That's the type of energy that's there. So I like it for you, butterfly, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings. Galatians, no, I don't see the a super chat showing up on my end either. Every once in a while, it seems like YouTube does that. Even though it says it got a receipt, um, sometimes it didn't really go through because other people will check their accounts and they'll be like, well, it came out of my account. Oh, you know what? They refunded it. It was like something weird happened. All right. So, Divine Feminine Chronicles, you are up next, and you want to know what? Oh, when are you going to get a stable job? We've got the Six of Cups coming in here, and the Six of Cups is this balanced emotional energy, three cups on either side. And so there is this um, kind of combination here between the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. There's these emotional beliefs that are below the surface here that are it's almost like we're moving from, when we move from a 5 of Cups to a 7 of Cups, of course, the 6 is in the middle, which is this flowing of emotion, but it feels like there's this emotional, energetic block that's there, something about the thoughts that you're believing, 'cause, for some reason, I feel like this bird being air is speaking, like there's this self-talk that it's speaking here, and it just feels like there's some leftover emotions that from childhood, because the Six of Cups is a nostalgia, it usually is talking about children. This is not the normal interpretation of this card, but that's the way spirit is. That there is this self-talk about beliefs, what we believe we deserve, and that there can be this emotional stability that comes in that allows you to have a stable job. So if you have these fears that are going on the inside, when we talk about balancing out of energy, there's 3 cups and 3 cups. We balance out where we're focusing our emotional energy. And if we do have this focus of, well, if we have the little self-talk going, you can never get a stable job. You never get a stable job. You never get a stable job. When we're giving that little crow attention, we're allowing the crow to grow because we're telling the universe, I really enjoy not having a stable job. Can you continue that? Because I really am enjoying that. Instead of when we start focusing in on our energy on what we're grateful for, on the positive things, then that grows instead. Like they've been showing me continually a little kid walking into a bakery, and whatever they're pointing at is what we get a dozen of. And so this little kid's pointing at this donut, and the baker gives them a dozen, and they're like, I hate these donuts. They're like, why were you pointing at them then? Well, because I was saying I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And they're like, well, rather than why don't you point out what you do want, what you do love, and I'll give you a dozen of those instead. They're like, that sounds so much better. Well, that's how the universe works. Whatever we're pointing at is what we get a dozen of, and a more of a dozen of, and more of a dozen of. So I feel like there's this emotional switch that we can do of where I'm investing my emotional energy and gratitude for. I'm thankful for the jobs that I've had and for a stable job coming my way because I am grateful for stable jobs. And it's like, all right, here we go. So I feel like that's what they're wanting to come in. So there we go, Divine Feminine Chronicles. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you. Yeah, Galatians, it happens every once in a while. I'll have I haven't had one in quite a while though, but I'll have someone say, hey, I don't see the super chat. And I get reports too. And and when I go in, there's a place in YouTube where I can see all the donations, and they're not there either. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You can reach out to YouTube, and especially if they take the money, dispute it because um, you know, uh, I'm not getting that, and so you don't need to be donating to YouTube. I'm sure they're making plenty of money. All right, so LA, you're up next. So we want an update on Stephen regarding your case here. What we have here? Well, we got the 5 of Wands coming in. 5 of Wands, fire energy, right? There's this constant movement of competition and feeling like it's a battle that does can transform that energy into one of love. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. This bird has a little love around its neck here. So I feel like the spirit is saying that you can transform the energy around this case instead of having it feel conflicting and battling by transforming your own energy from one of fear and one of conflict to one of love instead. And that's what will change the energy around because that's what is creating this. I don't know, this is like Jenga, or if you ever played the pixie sticks, pickup sticks, where you throw the sticks down and you'd have to remove stuff without having stuff move. But it is about precisely moving the conflict out of your own heart and allowing you to feel this way and allow everyone else to feel whatever they're going to feel. But it is this indication of you transforming your own energy in the situation here. And I feel like that's what they're saying is if we're doing what we've always done, then it's going to continue to be what it's always gotten. But if we change inside us, then our world changes because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So as we change, then we see the outside world change. So I feel like that's the message that's coming in there for you right now, LA. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Marie Jones, you will be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a couple donations that came in. So I will return. See, Galatians, these came through, which is weird, right? I don't understand. I don't even try to attempt to understand. We just go with it, right? So, VD, happy birthday to you. Many blessings. All right. So, some messages, some birthday messages. And I do want to pull an oracle for you for your birthday. And you can choose between 1 and 9. So, 1 through 9, I have 9 oracle. So, I'll let you choose one for your birthday. All right. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you from here. All right. I believe so, Kritika. Let's see here. Yes, I did. Maybe 30 within 30 minutes ago, maybe. It all kind of goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. So that's actually the archetype card. So this is going to be talking about maybe an individual or individuals. So you get 3. We'll talk about someone that has a split personality, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Let me just look at all these cards here. Okay. All right. Okay. So we do have a wonderful high priestess time coming in here. And of course, the high priestess steps away, connects to the higher realms, goes behind the veil, dives deep, huge connection to the spirit world. So I love this with them saying here, for your birthday, it's like there's wonderful um awareness, this wonderful connection to spirit that's coming in. And I feel like they're with these cards here, they're really telling you about how you're stepping into your power and how you have been, like when you reflect on this last year of your life, your last rotation around the sun, they're just showing you how you've moved with this Knight of Cups in your pursuit of your inner love. And to really look at a year ago today, ago till now, look how far you've come in looking at this here, right? Looking at your higher love, the pursuit of higher love, the Page of Wands, stepping into your power and realizing your power here too. New passion of life that you've had over this last year, and really, moving from the Ace of Wands to the Two of Wands, which is being aware of where you've been investing your energy over this last year and seeing how this has changed for you and how this has changed your life too, that you're not at the whim of, the outside world, that you've really stepped into this inner pursuit of raising your self-love, and how you are implementing that energy in the outside world too. I really like that because we've got this. I like this coming in here for your birthday because you have the Temperance, which is you've been patiently waiting for this energy, right? To go back and forth between the cups to become gold. And I feel like they're saying here with the Page of Pentacles, there is this new opportunity that's coming forward here. And the Three of Swords is about letting go of the fears, the disappointments, the heartbreaks of the past. Like this is what I feel like a year ago, you would see this and be like, I know this is how I feel. And I got all this heartache and heartbreak and disappointments. But I feel like if I was able to, take away all of the swords, that you would see this whole and complete heart where you're feeling this different power here. And I feel like that this is saying that your heart is ready now, for new love, and I imagine this is what what the transformation came through here. Wow, look at these three. I feel like these are three swords that were removed. Now I understand. Mother, father, and bully. What a transformation that you've had over the this last year. You know, I feel like you've really transformed energies around your mother, understanding her lower shadow and seeing the, you know, what you learned from that, as well as your father, as well as someone that felt like a bully. I feel like this was not them. I feel like it was another person that just really anger. They used um, you know, loudness, throwing things around, "Rah," you know, to try to get you to do and be who they wanted you to be. But I feel like all of this with father, mother, and this other individual, that there's been a huge amount of healing this year with all of those that coming in there. And I feel like I want to reverse here because this is what has happened here. Instead of counting 1 to 7, I'm going to count here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because this is the transformation you've made. You've reversed things in your life over this last year, and you get the higher self oracle. I'm going to read one of those for your birthday here. Let me just get these cards out of the way because this is a message from your higher self. Ah, very cool. I love it. All right, so let's see here. What does your higher self? What's your higher self's birthday message to you? All right. Wow. Beautiful card there. Trust. Says as soon, and this is from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, which as soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. The message from this card is twofold. First, trust the path you're on as it fulfills the divine plan for your life. Life is filled with unknown situations and unpredictable outcomes, some favorable and unfavorable. However, each experience builds your endurance and strength and prepares you for the unfolding of your mission. So trust in infinite intelligence and have faith that everything is working out the way that it's supposed to. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? It's like the Karens, is that what they call them? Karens? And a beautiful pink feather. And then secondly, you receive this card because you can believe in yourself and trust your judgment. You may have made what you perceived as poor decisions in the past and may lack trust in your own judgment. But because of this, you may be prone to getting guidance and direction from those who have been there and done that. And while there's nothing wrong with seeking help from those with experience, you're being reminded that you too contain the power of discernment to find your path. It isn't always necessary to seek outwardly because others appear to know better. Oh, there's more. So, this card encourages you to seek inwardly since the tools of discernment are present within you too. Yes, there will be stumbling blocks at times, but without these, you wouldn't be able to learn valuable lessons and strengthen your spiritual muscles. Trust in your ability to make sound decisions or ask your higher self to restore faith in your ability to trust your gut. You can begin to trust your gut by taking clues from your body. What is your physical reaction to a question? Do you feel butterflies of excitement or a tightening of the stomach? This physical response will help you make a good choice that resonates. Keep a journal and document times when you've trusted your gut. How did things work out? Did they work out in your favor? Look back on these episodes when you start to doubt your gut reaction. And if you find yourself still struggling to trust, make it a point to monitor your thoughts and feelings throughout the day. If you succumb to negative thoughts, then refocus your attention towards your faith. Do you believe that your higher power has your best interest at heart? Do you believe that you are being watched over and taken care of? If so, then there is no need to doubt. To shift your thoughts, find an inspiring quote or read a passage from your favorite spiritual text and spiritual teacher that will uplift you. Bring your negative thoughts to your higher power for healing. Wow. I like it. What a beautiful message from your higher self to trust your gut and trust your this journey that you're on over this next rotation around the sun. And I have a blessing that I say, as you go around this next rotation around the sun, may your life be full of more unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude that you can handle. So many blessings to you, Vidi, and happy birthday to you. We're glad you were born. All right. And that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for a donation on your birthday. All right. Ashley Peterson, I'm sorry, Patterson. Wow. You are up next. And so thank you so much for your donation. Thank you very much, Reedy. All right. So, Ashley, how is Mikhail feeling about you lately? Let's see what we've got going on here. All right. So I'm just going to take another quick sip here. Okay. There we go. Wow, there's a lot of people going on here. Um, it's like you guys are from a different world, huh? Because we got the Ace of Cups, which is this higher love. It's like there's this pursuit of inner love for both of you, and I feel like you've both been working on this, like loving yourselves more, which allows you to love each other more. But I feel like there's been this pointing inward lately. And the reason I say that is because you got two sets. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. You've got king and queen and king and queen. But you've got and oh, you have all four suits. So you've got the Queen of Swords who balances heart and mind, but she's all about the thinking. And we have the King of Pentacles who is all about earth and air. So, you know, we there's like these similarities but differences going on here. They're focused on the outside world, you're focused on your thoughts. They're focused on thoughts too, but you're also focused on your emotions. It's like you have enough of a little tie, but going different directions there. And it's interesting because the Queen of Swords, let me see if I can do this. There we go. Where the Queen of Swords rolls over mind and is balanced by water. The King of Cups, which is would be them over here, uh, rolls over emotion but's balanced by air. And then so that like balance, it's like almost like there's a similarity here enough. But then there's the Queen of Wands, which she also, of course, is over fire and has water. So you've got like all four suits represented here, and it's like it's this energy that feels like, well, there's commonalities, but there's differences too. And it almost feels like the differences have caused you both to turn inward into yourselves rather than outward. I kind of want to pull another card here. Where are we going? Oh, divine directions. Because I feel like they're saying here but it feels like it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and you got 2 divine cards here. Yeah. So we have the positive here. See if I can get it to focus there. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. But it says, "Enjoy this positive time. Smile. Know that everything is going well." So I like that. It's like we have this positive spin on things, but then we have teach. And I feel like then there's this teaching lesson that's going on at the same time, which is turning you inward and upward, which says, "You have a wonderful gift for working with others. Have you considered teaching?" But I feel like it's more the energy here is that it goes back and forth between the two with both of you, like where it feels like, again, you have these similarities that connect you, but then there's these differences enough that keep you, yeah, like keep you like going different directions, right? Your teacher actually, wow, there you go, right? But I just feel like there's this, it goes back and forth and back and forth. Um, but I just feel like it is a teaching moment for both of you too, because what we realize is that we can't love others nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. That's that Ace of Cups, is connecting higher and higher to our higher selves, to this unconditional eternal love. And when we are looking to the outside world for our validation, that's when we don't feel so positive, because the outside world is like this constant changing, unstable world, right? People change, people pass away, people walk away. Situations never stay the same, job, education, etc. And your job is in education. And things, our bodies, possessions break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So there's all this, when we're looking to the outside world for our stability, we realize there's so much instability. And that's what I've been feeling with all this. Well, there's stuff that's the same. There's so much different, so much different. And it's a whole a teaching moment for us when we get disappointed and tired and bored enough of the outside world being unstable that we turn inward and upward. And when we do, we get to find the love that we've been looking for all along, that does make us feel full and complete and positive and overflowing, right? And so there's this change of energy of how we perceive the world, because we're looking for a 10-course meal with 2 desserts. And when we look inward, we find that 10-course meal with 2 desserts. And then we realize the outside world can only offer us 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dessert, because we can always make room for dessert. It doesn't mean that we don't want it anymore. We just don't expect something from it that it can't give us. And then instead of us looking at the world and seeing it falling short, we find our fullness within us, and we turn to the outside world and we see that it's abundance instead. It's extra. We can always, yeah, bring me 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert, 6th dessert. But when someone goes, "No, I'm not bringing you 7th dessert," you're like, "It's okay, I'm full anyway." We don't look at it as like, "No, don't take away 7th dessert." We're okay with it. And so there is this transformation. There is this change of things that's happening within there. So, um, whatever is happening, this whole teaching in this, event is to turn you inward and upward, and then you see things differently, in the outside world. Mm, yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, we've got the Chariot card, which is movement, and the Three of Wands, which is you choosing to go a different direction. But this is your power of choice coming in here too, that you get to decide what something means with your stories in your mind. We choose what stories, We choose what emotion we want to feel. We choose where we're investing our energy. I feel here that this is you changing directions, and that the chariot is you moving on with your power of choice and how you're perceiving and seeing things. And I feel like this is like, you know what? I'm ready to move in a different direction here. So I do like this for you. I they won't reach out. Is there someone else? Maybe that's what all those people were too. The king and the queen, the king and the queen, that there's someone that maybe is more in alignment for you. Because we showed that there was enough differences in between, but one of those was a better match for you. You know, like if you're the queen of swords, which is balancing your mind with your heart, because you're a education. I feel like you're the queen of swords, that there's this king of cups that also balances, and then so there's someone that's more in alignment with what you deserve and that is more balanced for you. So I like this, that you know will they be with someone else? Probably, because they're not for you, right? When you really look at all of the differences between the two of you, you were like, well, it was fun, it was good, but were they giving you what you needed? Did you feel like they were feeling? I'm like, I feel like this is the three of wands that comes in, where you're just realizing, if you can take a deep breath and step back out of fear, you realize, yeah, they I was settling, right? And they're not for me. I feel like there is someone that is a king of cups. Maybe if they like someone who's a water sign that is really intelligent too, and it's someone that can communicate their emotions, which I feel is something that you want and that you would like in a relationship. Not some putz who, you know, stops communicating, you know, it's like a little kid. If I don't get my way, I'm not going to play. I'm going to take my ball and go home. You're like, yeah, you go home. Go home to your mommy. You, your guides are so funny. They're just like, yeah, let him go. Let him go. We got something better for you. So I like that for you, Ashley. your, your guides are always so crazy anyway, but that's what's coming in, Ashley. I feel like you got the information that you need. So many blessings. And again, thank you so much for your donation, and hang in there. I like who I like this King of Cups for you. All right, Marie Jones, we are up to you here. And will you be up to date in your work before the end of July? I feel like the Five of Wands there, I feel like with this energy is that um, don't fear asking for help. Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff given, and where there feels like competition and it feels like a lot of fire and overwhelmingness, that this is about people helping each other. And, you know, it's a great opportunity for this. I feel like that you can, but it's about asking for help, and it's okay to ask for help. Um, because it's transformative with the 5 of wands. It's transformational energy that allows you to see, like, I can help other people can help me, and if we work together, we can accomplish things, but independently, it's just too much all at once. But with the sharing of things, I feel like things work out better in your job. But that's the message that came through: is don't be afraid to ask for help, because sometimes we are given too much, unrealistic things, and people don't know any better until we say, "Hey, is there any way I can move this deadline back a week?" Or, out of these 5 projects, are all of them have to be by these deadlines? And like, oh, no, no, I forgot to tell you, we can move this one off. That one's, or, oh yeah, yeah, actually, this one's not gonna, we're gonna kill that project. So don't invest any more energy in that. I forgot to tell you, sorry. It's like there's this energy of that coming in here, Marie. So I like it. Definitely possibilities for it, but don't be afraid to ask for help. So that's what they have coming in there. You're very welcome, Ashley. Right, new love, you are up. So is it over with H? He said he would block you. Yeah, death and rebirth, but that's okay. You know, I know it's difficult when things end, but we can trust that we have endings so that we can have new beginnings and that things happen for us so that we can have a rebirth and we can let all the stuff go that doesn't serve us anymore. And it served us for a time, but their time is done. And now you can move forward. So you can just let it go and know that whatever is meant for you, it's always an upgrade. It's never like you don't start off in, first upper excellent first class on a plane and they move you back to the coach back by the bathrooms with the seat that doesn't go back and everyone's going back and forth and you're just like, oh my gosh. No, you're moved up even further. You're moved up next to the pilot. So um just trust that this is happening for you. But yeah, definitely with the death card, um, it's served its purpose. Now you get to rise from the ashes like a phoenix, renewed and head in a new direction. All right, so that's what they have for you. And Megs, you have the Four of Cups coming in. So July feels like a month of emotional stability. Woohoo! The three cups that you've had before, those are emotions and emotional experiences that did not please you, kind of bored you, felt empty, tasted horrible, but you're getting this higher love, this higher energy of emotion that comes in the month of July. Does have to do with you, your love vibration moving higher that fills you up and overflows out to the world. And so you're realizing that these outside world cups are not going to bring you the fulfillment that you're wanting, and you're connecting to the Ace of Cups instead, which brings you that, full overflowing feeling instead of like drinking sour bitter water, right? It feels like you're drinking the nectar of the gods in July. So I like that for you, Megs, but it starts inward and then it moves outward, not outward, something outward fulfilling you inward. So that's what's coming through for you. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Maria, new love. Many blessings to you both. All right, Julia. Hello, hello. You'd like Leo's current energy. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See what's going on with the Leo. Yeah, they're learning their power of energetic choice. And so they are going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth energies. When they focus on their fears, they're big. When they focus on gratitude, it gets big. And I feel like they're figuring it, the figuring, not figurine, but figuring, Figgern apostrophe. They're figuring things out. They're like, wait a minute. I see, like, when I'm happiest when I'm focusing on happy things, and I feel like when I focus on, when things aren't working out, things get worse. Wow, I feel like there's, like, if you saw I forget what, I think it was a Pixar, Zootopia, thank you, Spirit, with th they had, at the DMV, they had sloths working there, which they're, like, slow moving. They're showing that in my head. They're just like they're getting it. Wait a minute. So they're really things are starting to click slowly. But I like this energy. It's not that they're stupid. They just love learning the hard way, which I can relate to. So definitely I like it that just really it's transforming, but they are going back and forth between energies. And it's almost like there's this what is it? Like a little kid unlock, like with a they're discovering unlocking the door and locking the door in a car. The electronic locks. Open, close. Look, open, close, and they're like going back and forth. It's almost like they're excited about the discovery and now they're experimenting with it a little bit almost even too. So it's funny. Alright, but that's what they have for you, Julia, so I don't feel anything, um I like the discovery feeling of it, so that's what's coming in. Alright, Patricia's going, it is your turn, so thank you so much. Reading for July, anything good coming up? Let's take a look here. Alright, you have the Page of Cups, so Page of Cups is new emotion, new love coming in. And here's the Ace of Cups, which is about, the more we focus in on our self love, the more our ability to give and receive love to humans in the outside world also expands. And I feel like there's this offering, these opportunities that come up in July to really help move that up and to see these kind of energies. If you've been seeing the number 2 or 22, I feel like that's important for you too. Um, it's just that energy that's coming in here. And I just noticed it like 2 2 2s, and now it's 111 too. So I'm seeing like synchronistic numbers appearing all over the place for you in the month of July. And those are reminders to turn inward and upward for your self love. And as you fill that up, you start to see your ability expand to receive love from others and love others more too. It's just like there's this direct correlation, but I feel like you're really seeing a lot of synchronicities unfold in your month of July. So I really like that. And I feel like I want to give you a Whispering Woods card here. It's just synchronicity is huge for you in July. And patience. Maybe that's for me. I like it. So, special message for you for July is let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on to it too tight. I like that. Otherwise, squish. So, I like letting go of control, allowing things to flow. Um, and the flow is a huge thing for July for you too. All right. So I like it for you, Patricia. So many blessings to you. All right. You are very welcome, Julia. All right. And let's see where we are here. All right. All right, Galatians, thank you so much for your donation. It came through this time. Hopefully, um, got it figured out with YouTube there. Apologies for the previous weird thing, whatever that was. And good to see you again. All right. So, you want to know what is Nicole thinking now that you haven't texted since Monday? If she's thinking anything at all. All right. All right. So, what we got going on here? I just want to pull one more card here. All right. I can not confirm nor deny your statement. So the 10 of wands, this is this energy of, a lot of fire energy and letting go. The 10 of wands is, the this a lot of it can be burden, but it's a lot of energy being invested and it's letting it go and focusing down onto one thing. And I feel like with the 2 of Pentacles here, they've got opportunities here in the outside world and they're balancing things out. The ending, the 10 to the 1 feels like this nice balance. Like I feel like they had so many um sticks in the fire, or I forget what that word is, but the phase the phrase, but they're getting it down to where they're super focusing on some things. They've got this here, this Hierophant, which is this invitation of them diving inward and they are, it's this invitation to find the capital T truth of who they are, what they're wanting in life. And so it's given them time to think this week. And I feel like there's this, I don't know, big ahas this week for them coming in here. And it's like that's what they're thinking now. Um, and I don't think it's because I didn't focus in on what are they thinking about you. I just asked what are they thinking right now, and I feel like they're really on this, but we kind of talked about that, I think, last night too, where there's this energy of them focusing in on who they are, what they're wanting. They're having some ahas that are coming in there, right? Because I feel like you are feeling their energy with this Knight of Wands. I feel like they have a lot of energy, but I don't feel, with the Four of Cups, this is them, this emotional stability they have, that they're realizing and they're focusing in on their own here, um, you know, their self-love, that the other love they had in the outside world with relationship situations and things always felt very flat and sour, and they're learning to turn inward and not a whole lot of expectations in the outside world. But the Knight of Wands is this movement, this energy, fast moving. I feel like they're making a lot of progress. Um, I feel like they're in supercharging, maybe Saturn return mode, where they're just really having so much um, being presented to them in their life that they're learning, and they're in this learning and transformative mode that's going very very fast. And I feel like I want to pull here from the Psychic Tarot Oracle here. Yeah. Simmer down, Rattler. You got your root chakra all worked up here. So let's see what message comes in there. Oops. So of course this is the adrenal gland. The key words is her for her. Maybe this is for both of you. uh, is I have. So, of course, known as the base or root chakra, this energy center is situated at the base of the spine, is most closely related to all of your earthly issues, such as survival, the physical body, issues of money, sustenance, safety, and shelter. So, this makes sense. This is what she's working on, right? So, to balance this chakra, practicing yoga, can be helpful to her. Dancing or light physical exercise will also keep the energy flowing and harmonious. Honoring her body and taking care of it on the outside also brings well being to her on the inside. It works both ways. So I feel like, her energy is, she really is working on her, the root chakra and her fears. And this is where a big release is coming for her in her life. So I feel like that, um, she is at this point in her life, and it's funny, coming to Daddy. I feel like that's a big piece of what she's working on is her issues with her father. A lot of this energy is coming in regarding that. So I like it. You're like, no, no, don't. 'Cause aren't you, like, 10 years older? I think you like you said, you're older than her. You don't want her to have, which isn't really daddy issues, but yeah, yeah, I kinda feel that too, but she's stepping into her power. So I feel like she's not trying to, like that 10 of Wands, she just has so much going on. She's trying to, wield things down and do those things. But, um I feel like it was important for you not to contact her this week, because she needed to face some things, but definitely, yeah, be be that source of light for her. So we've got forgiveness here, which is trusting yourself is often harder than trusting others. Don't worry if you get this wrong, the consequences will not be as bad as you think. So, yeah, definitely forgiveness is what she's working on. And I mean, I feel like if you not contacting her since Monday is what she expects from men because her father. And so I feel like you were, um, you know, looking at that. You were emanating and channeling her father. So, now you can show her what true loving man acts, right? So I like it. Yeah. Yep. Ace of Wands. A new passion, new energy. I like it. All right. You are very welcome, Galatians, and thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, everybody. I'm actually been on for 2.5 hours. So I am going to close down this session, but I will be back in less than 6 hours for this evening's session. And just before everyone heads off, though, I do want to make sure everyone knows I do have a weekly giveaway on Mondays. And we've got here. Um, let's take a look here. So here is the link. I'll be giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. And then also, it's the end of the month. So I'm giving away two also 30-minute personal recorded readings to my donors. And then also two for whoever's made comments. I'll do a drawing for whoever's made comments on my monthlies too. So if you check out the video, it'll tell you all how to do that. And then also, I put out a pick a card reading each week. And the pick a card reading here for this week was who can use your help and how can you help them? I also have a ton of other pick a cards. So if you can't wait till this evening to see if we can get to a free reading tonight, please check out my channel because I have a ton of free content and Spirit will guide you to a pick a card. I have like pick a card playlist too for love, abundance, job, life purpose. So you can even see some of those split out that way. And then we had a new Take 10 with Zen today. And the Take 10 today was about is love real? Wonderful perspective of this that I did not think it was going to go that way. I was like, yeah, love's real. And they really took us deeper into that. And if you haven't checked out your June monthlies, here's the playlist for that. Um, it also goes into the solstice, so there's more information on that too. That will be the last month, at least for a while, that I'm doing monthlies because I'm going to use my energy for other projects. So um, you can, it's still good for a couple months. So you can check those out. Maybe I'll do quarterlies. Who knows? We'll see. But for now, that will be those. So, yeah, absolutely. Kevin, I did not get to yours. I don't recall getting to yours in this session here. And apologies to everyone else that I was not able to get to. It gets very long, very fast, and but I shall return this evening. Um, and I do put out an announcement like an hour before I go live. So if you are subscribed, if you go into your notification settings, make sure all is selected, then you'll be notified when I put that out about an hour before. And you can get in line early for the free readings too. So again, thank you guys so much, and for all the donations. You help fund me doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on Heartly at all as much as I am providing live readings because I would be exhausted. So thank you guys so much, and for all of everyone else for your love and support and all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love, and it's something that you can do for free. So I appreciate that. And you are part of the love tsunami. So until I see you guys again, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Till then, you take care.